We got Curtis Millender back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Belal Muhammad at UFC 236 on April 13th. Curtis, how are you, man?
I am great, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I appreciate you taking the time. We had a little bit of Skype trouble, but we're going to make it happen here on the phone call. And first off, this is a pretty quick turnaround for you. Was this something you asked for, or was the UFC like, hey, we got this fight, do you want to take it?
We just, we reached out and let Sean know that we'll be ready, that we're still in shape, and it just happened to it just happened to so be that opportunity was there, and I don't wear losing well, so I need to hurry up and shake it off me.
How do you go about not overtraining? Because I know you had a big camp for the last fight, and then this fight, like I said, very close together. Is it just a matter of listening to your body, or do you have people that are reeling you back in?
Yeah, listening to my body, and the weight was already low. I was already in shape. There's no need to really kill myself to try to get into shape, so it was just really fine tuning and getting back to the things I kind of strayed away from. Working on the mistakes from the last fight.
What did you take away from that last fight? It was a quick fight. Is it just a simple mistake, or did you take more away from that?
I think I took more away that, it's just, I need to get better at the whole welterweight division. It's only one way to beat me, and I just gave that away, and I made it look like that's going to be easy to do every time. I have to go out there and, put the fear back into everybody's hearts and let them know, this shit's not going to be easy like that.
How did this loss compare to, say, losses in the past? Because you had quite the winning streak going for a while, dating back to Bellator. How did you approach this loss compared to the ones you've had in the past?
It's definitely up there in one of the more disappointing losses, because I didn't get to show anything that I worked on. But the bright side, I wasn't broke after a loss, so I was still able, to take care of the family and, continue to, be stable and be focused enough to have the right opportunities, the right things in place, so I can go out there and train and perform like I normally do.
And this is a great matchup, you and Belal Muhammad. He's coming off a loss as well. You guys both like to stand and trade. This to me could definitely be fight of the night. How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Striking wise, I'm miles ahead of him. If he thought Jeff Neal was fast, he's gonna have some issues. Like I say every time, everybody fighting me has the same game plan. They might be a striker. Everybody thought me and Elizio were gonna be like this amazing fight of the night, and he switched it up. So that's always in the back of my mind, but I'm not gonna let that stop me from going out there and performing and do the things I know I can do.
Anything different for this training camp, or have you kept things primarily the same?
A new strength and conditioning coach. That's pretty much it. And just I blew the dust off the gi, and I'm in the gi. I'm grappling every night, just to get that muscle memory back.
I know. I actually talked to one of the guys I know you've been training with a little bit, and Roosevelt Roberts. He just literally interviewed him about a couple hours ago. How's it getting to work with him? Because he's got a fight coming up at the end of April.
Yeah, we've been working together for a while now, probably close to about over a year now. That kid's a stud. He is a stud, and his grappling is really good. So, just having unfamiliar faces in the gym that I'm getting to train with. Bobby Green came out and helped me a little bit. Lorenz Larkin, Jonathan Wilson. We've been having some new faces. We got Jackie Gosh from Israel. He's in town now, so we're getting some different faces. Just so I'm not working with the same guys every day. I'm starting to get beat up a little bit more. I feel like that's probably what I've been missing a little bit, is just getting taken through the ringer on a daily basis a little more.
You mentioned the weight is low. So did that make things a little bit easier because you're sort of in back-to-back fight camps? The cut's probably a little bit easier this time around?
Oh yeah, that's how I like it. I hate fighting the scale. Naturally, I'm always worried about the weight just because I don't like cutting weight and I don't like the diet. but it definitely makes it a little easier now that I can just train and the weight will come off as long as I'm following what I'm supposed to follow.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
We have Ben Jones, head coach, Chin Anyakam, striking coach, and Jacob Rosales is my main training partner.
When are you actually flying into Atlanta?
I will be there Tuesday. I can't wait. I actually have a lot of family that live in Atlanta, and none of them have seen me fight yet. So it's gonna be a special one. I have a lot of family that's gonna be able to come and see me for the first time, and their first time they get to see me on the biggest show in the world. So
that's cool. When was the last time you went to Atlanta?
This is my first time.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. So you've just had family there, but you haven't gone. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's fun.
That's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see what food and shopping the city of Atlanta have for me.
And what does it mean to be a part of this really stacked card? They got the 2 title fights. Israel Adesanya's on this card. Like that must be pretty cool as well to be a part of this pretty stacked card for the most part.
Yeah, it's fun. I get to be on the same card as Israel. I'm a big fan of him. I watch a lot of his stuff. Another guy, Jalen Turner, who's also from the same city as me. So that's gonna be dope to be on the same card with him. A couple guys that Max is on the card. I fought him. Joe Bond is somebody who's also a local guy that's on the card. So it's fun. It's a fun card all the way around.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a California invasion going on here, which I think is kind of neat. All those guys you mentioned, all Cali guys.
So I'm pretty excited about that. I've always wanted to fight Joe Bond. In the back of my mind, it's always been there. So it'll be nice to see to be on the same card with him, kind of be on the same schedule. I actually seen him on Sunday. We're out shopping, so I ran into him Sunday. So.
How do you see this fight playing out in the 13th? Belal, very tough guy to finish. I think the only guy who's finished him in the UFC is Vicente Luque.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and get my range, get my speed, and get my timing going early, and try to get him out of there in the second round. If Vicente can do it, I can do it.
What do you think? Obviously, we got to talk some pro wrestling here before we leave. What'd you make of the whole Ronda Rousey?
WrestleMania week.
Yeah. I was going to ask you first though about Ronda Rousey and this Becky Lynch thing that happened the other night. What did you think of that whole thing?
That was awesome. I actually just watched it this morning. Actually, I got to watch it this morning from Raw last night. That was crazy. They're definitely putting the drama that the women are gonna have to main event WrestleMania. So they're definitely adding the drama. What needs to be there.
So you're fighting next week. WrestleMania is coming up here this weekend. Like, are you going to delay going to Atlanta just to watch WrestleMania at home, or are you going to watch it while you're in Atlanta? How are you figuring that out?
No, I don't leave to Atlanta until Tuesday, so I'm still going to have my WrestleMania party over at the house, and take off to Atlanta a couple days later. I just can't indulge in all the food I wanted to, but we'll be all good. We'll be okay.
What does a WrestleMania party look like? Like, how many people coming over? What do you got? You got snacks? You got what would that look like? If I was going to go to your WrestleMania party, what would it look like?
We're actually getting a cater by a buddy of mine. He does like soul food catering, and I had already approached him and paid for it before. So yeah, everybody's going to be picking out except for me. I'll be watching everybody enjoy it.
So did you book this cater before you had this fight? Like, were you assuming that you get to watch this and get to eat what you want?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
So you're still trying to get your money's worth at least, because the catering, you don't want to cancel it, right? So.
Yeah, and as soon as I just opened up Instagram, and one of his pictures, it was the first thing there. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough weekend.
just put it in the freezer. Have it after the fight or something.
He does like single plates and stuff too. So as soon as the fight's over, I'll be hitting him up like, "Yo, come feed me, man."
Well, we're certainly excited for this fight. It's coming up here April 13th. It is UFC 236. Curtis, always appreciate the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Curtis Curtis 170 on Instagram, Curtis Curtis 1 on Twitter. Like always, if you are in the Fullerton area next weekend, JP23 in downtown Fullerton, my official viewing party for the fight. Come out and enjoy yourself. JR Wheels and Tires, Bobby D Live, Uncle Snoop's Army. Everybody, if you support me, I appreciate you. Thank you.